I'm what in the world? I'm sitting here. I'm at what in the world, Bo? That's all. That's all I can say right now. What in the world, Bo? I'm sitting here. I'm a loss for words. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this Atlanta Falcons team. For everybody out there that doesn't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. And we're gonna start this off. This for everybody that's in the chat now, or if you're watching later, please put what you think the coach's grade is for this game, for this game against the Carolina Panthers. Put what you think the coach's grade. Wait a minute, Braves just got a grand slam. Okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure y'all seen the thumbnail Coach Roney eloquently put together. Sometimes you got to lose to win. But for everybody out there, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports, man. What's going on with everybody? I went to the game today. Me and Coach Roney, we got the season tickets, hoping to get a win, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So we played against the Panthers. I told everybody going into the game, I apologize, y'all. Sometimes this camera acts up on me. So I told everybody going into the game that it was going to be one of those cases where we're going to have issues blocking, right? So it's one of those cases where anything that could go wrong went wrong. We started off, they had a game plan for Calvin Ridley. It just didn't work, right? It just didn't work out for him. You know, Calvin Ridley, he's going through his personal issues and everything, and says it has to do with mental health. First of all, I do want to take my time right now, to acknowledge that situation, because we have to remember something, guys. Football is a game, right? It's a game that generates billions of dollars, but at the end of the day, it's still a game. We need to acknowledge that Calvin really is a person, and look, we definitely support you in your endeavors and everything, and we hope that you get well soon, Calvin Ridley. In the meantime, as far as the players that were on the field, we can't make an excuse. I understand that they had a game plan for Calvin Ridley, but that just didn't work out. That just didn't work out. So moving forward, our coaching staff has to do better. Simple and plain, guys. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. Y'all know I was a former coach, and y'all know that I make positive Falcons content and everything, but y'all also know that I tell the truth. Our coaching staff has to do better. I'm just being honest. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Sam Darnold should not be running for 70 yards on us, right? It doesn't make any sense. The other team should not hold the ball for 40 minutes of a game, of a 60. Like, come on. Everybody's saying, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute, coach. They only scored one touchdown. I don't care. I don't care. The other team should not hold the ball for 40 minutes and run the ball down our throats. If you see the video that I did from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we need lozenges. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, because y'all know I'm from the country, but we need lozenges, because they literally ran the ball down our throats. We're going to have a sore throat in the morning. That doesn't make any sense. As far as the offensive side of the ball, I told y'all, is the Jets and the Dolphins, they're two professional teams. But the Carolina Panthers, they're a step above them. And that showed today. That showed today. Matt Ryan can only do what he can do. He can only do what he can do. Definitely. But like I said, it's one of those cases, sometimes it's a soul for a soul, Bo. And the Braves got this grand slam. We up 4-0, trying to get this win. We need one more. One more win. And right now we're up 4-0, trying to go ahead and close this thing out. Closing this thing out in the A, Bo. I am so excited. I'm so excited, but I'm also disappointed in the way things went today. Definitely. Let me go ahead and shout everybody out that came on to chill out with us. Like I said, we're watching the Braves over here, and we're also talking about these Falcons over here. That's a great Sunday night. Eric Dennis, what's going on, fam? Hope you're doing good tonight. Definitely. Coach Jerry says, go Braves. Let's do this. You already know. Smokey Sinatra said, big Braves in the building. Let's close this thing out because the Falcons got me hot. Oh, man, it's tough, Bo. It's tough. Little Black Falcon, Grand Slam. Yes, sir, Grand Slam. B. Tucking. Mass Penguin said he was at the game. Man, I wish I would have known that you was there, family. I would have shown those, made sure that we had a chance to link up. Tragic 504 said, who that Big Low? At least y'all have the praise. You know what we got? What we got is the Saints next week. And we definitely finna go ahead and bring it to your front door, Bo. Definitely, man. Definitely. FG Day, he said, what's up? What's going on? But you seen us at the game? Yeah, man, we were there, live in full effect, representing. And Javon Pettigrew says it feels good to be a Panther. Hey, man, look, I got to give y'all your credit. Y'all played a better game. Y'all played a better game today. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Y'all made the plays that needed to be made. And we just lost. We just lost. Matt Ryan threw 2 interceptions. He wasn't that effective today. And at the end of the day, we just lost. Jazz Johnson said, Big Low, I know you have to keep going, but I do think the Calvin Ridley situation psychologically affected them today. They just didn't come out looking. And you're right. I agree with you, Jazz. Like, and like you said, like you got to keep pushing forward because, you're a professional, but if your brother's going through things, that's tough to do. Whenever you're sitting here saying, man, I hope Calvin is okay. All right, I need to make sure that I understand the assignment. I need to make sure that I'm where I need to be at. Like that's tough. If you start off on the wrong foot, because the offense, they didn't think they were finna be out on the field that soon. We got a fumble, first play of the game. We couldn't put it in the end zone. So I completely understand that. I played sports and not had the person that was that was playing beside me, that had previously been playing beside me for years. Like he just wasn't there anymore. And I had to readjust my thinking, and it happened suddenly, so I completely understand, man. I completely understand. Let me see here. I also seen Molly Mall. I know Molly Mall feeling himself. Molly Mall says Matt Ryan had a nasty, yeah, man. It was rough. He was bleeding, man. He was bleeding like a cut pig. Definitely. But yeah, it's one of those situations, guys. It was a tough loss, but we prepared for this, right? We knew that it was going to be a tough game, and at least we did get to 500 last week. We got the potential to get back to 500 next week because we do got the Saints. Saints, they beat the Buccaneers. I want to give y'all props. I got to clap it up for you. Great win for you. Great win. PJ Williams with a pick. Everybody thought Tom Brady was going to do Tom Brady things at the end of the game. They don't realize that y'all own Tom Brady and the Buccaneers during the regular season. People don't realize that. I'll acknowledge it. Yeah, the Saints own Tampa Bay and Tom Brady in the regular season. And, hopefully, they might get over the hump in the playoffs. But, I got to give y'all props. Y'all got that win. But next week, though, there's a whole nother story, boy. Y'all got them Birds coming to town next week. It was Dre Murphy's Law this week. Y'all know Murphy's Law. I just like to say Dre Murphy's Law because of Coach Dre. But it was Dre Murphy's Law this week. Anything that could go wrong went wrong. But next week, we're going to be fully prepared, focused, and ready to go. You already know what time it is. Look, I do need you to make sure that you do a country boy a favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. If you need something to like today, besides the Braves hopefully winning this World Series, if you need something to like today, make sure that you hit that like button. Also, if this is your first time chilling out with us, Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I'm just old country boy, former football coach. Love to sit around and talk about sports. Mr. 504, easy coming in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you? Jalene Fisher says, man, we should have won that game. I understand everyone getting used to each other and the defensive scheme, but come on. So, all right, let's talk about the defense, right? Let's go ahead and chop it up about this defense. Let's go ahead and chop it up about this defense. So, it's like I was telling my homeboy, Coach, let's get it. While I was driving back from the game, I said, look, Bo, on the defensive side of the ball, you need dogs. You need athletes, and your athletes need to be superior to those athletes on the other side of the field. If that's not the case, you can't scheme a defense in most cases into being successful. You can't scheme it. That's what they're trying to do with this 3-4 defense. They're trying to scheme this defense into being successful. That's not something that you could do. If Steven Means isn't the type of guy that's going to beat his man consistently, the man across from him consistently, then you're not going to win like that. If Tyler Davidson, if he's not the type of guy that's going to, take on double teams and split double teams, if he's not the type of guy that's going to contract that whole line of scrimmage on him to free up people behind him, you're not going to win like that. I don't care how smart your defensive coordinator is. If you don't got the dogs, that sled ain't finna get pulled, Bo. It ain't finna get pulled. So, and we finna go down the list today. Because the first person that we need to blame about this defense being terrible today is Thomas Dimitroff. We still playing with Thomas Dimitroff, defensive line. Terry Fontenot was trying to put something together, but he's sitting here like, man, Bo, I ain't even got nothing to stick duct tape to. Thomas Dimitroff is the reason why this defensive line looks the way that it looks right now. He spent all his draft picks and money and draft capital on getting all these sexy players, these wide receivers. Well, guess what? The 2 wide receivers that you drafted in the first round these last 2 years, they ain't even playing. Julio Jones is on. He's playing for the doggone Tennessee Titans when he plays. Calvin Ridley, he's going through his personal issues. I'm just saying. So you mortgage basic football, what you're supposed to do, build a team from the inside out. You mortgage that, and those guys aren't even on the team anymore. What in the world, Bo? So now we're trying to piece together what we're going to do with the offensive and defensive line. Think about it like this, guys. Sam Darnold, it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches a couple of times in a row. Sam Darnold did 2 quarterback sneaks back to back. Converted on both of them and made it look like the easiest thing in the world. We turn around, we get the ball, and I be doggone, guess what we do? We don't even have the courage to do a quarterback sneak, which is, basically what you do in those situations. My man against your man, our quarterback's doggone 6'6". I'm sure he could fall forward to get a first down. No, we don't do that. We run a doggone smoke screen, Bo. Yes, we converted it, but we shouldn't have to go through all that to get a first down. But that's what happens whenever your athletes aren't as good as the athletes on the other side of the line of scrimmage. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So you can't sit here and say Dean Pease is going to save us. You can't sit here and say Arthur Smith is going to save us. Because guess what? Sometimes Superman can't save him. Sometimes Lois can't get saved by Superman. Sometimes Batman can't save him. Sometimes, if it's the case where the situation is just too dire, You ain't finna be saved. Y'all ain't never seen Avengers Infinity War? The Avengers lost. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's one of those situations where if you ain't got the pieces, you ain't got the pieces. But moving forward, next person on the list, Arthur Smith. And Arthur Smith post-game press conference, he said himself, well, look at here, guys. I got to coach better. You think? You think you got to coach better, Bo? So you telling me that we a minute and 50 seconds before halftime, we got the ball on our own 22-yard line, and we run 2 plays back to back, running the ball with Mike Davis, who is slow as pond water, filled with molasses. Clock just running. We taking our time. It's almost like we didn't even know. It's almost like we didn't even know what was going on. Like we didn't know we were supposed to be running a 2-minute drill. What in the world? Come on, Bo. You got to do better than this, because think about it. Your defense ain't stopping nobody. You legitimately got a chance to make a 14-point swing at halftime. You're getting the ball back at halftime. If you can score a touchdown, or it can be a 10-point swing. If you can score a touchdown and kick a field goal, you can change. You can turn things around. It shouldn't be at a point where, because in the stands at the game, we were sitting around talking, well, man, I think the coach kind of gave up on the offense. You got Matt Ryan back there. They called the guy Matty Ice. He's on the doggone tire commercials. What in the world? We ain't throwing the ball down the field. What's going on with that? So before I even continue moving forward, I want to ask everybody in the chat what y'all think. Give me your coach's grade. Give me your coach's grade for the game today, for the Atlanta Falcons game against the Carolina Panthers. Y'all give me your coach's grade. I just want to know what y'all thinking. ATLGFA said they done got coach riled up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, bro. William Avis said we got to get better pass rushers next year. In the next year's draft, we're gonna get better defensive lineman Tyler Davidson. He not gonna hear a lot of people free agents next year. Hey, Bo, it's rough, man. It's tough. Tyler Davidson, like from what he showed us today, I just don't. I'm just not seeing it. It's not equating for me. Sergeant King says, salute Big Low Kuntry. Saw you early in Big Q's chat. Go Saints. Hey man, congratulations on that win, brother. Anytime somebody beats the old Tom Brady, I'm rooting for you. Oh man, Jalene Feinster, he says, Jesus Christ, Sam Darnold beat us today. Hey, Bo, Sam Darnold beat us today. And then think about it like this right here, guys, because I'm going to read the coach's grades in a minute. But think about it like this right here. The only offensive touchdown that we got today was from Crucial Patterson. That was the only offensive touchdown that we got today. Creative Patterson. Let me see what everybody's coaching grades is. Let me see what everybody's thinking. Also, I'm keeping up with this old Braves game to see what we got going on, man. See if we can go ahead and pull this thing out. I see that they done pulled back, man, 4-2. I'm thinking that the bats are going to pop tonight, guys. It's going to be a lot of fireworks tonight. Dexter gives them a C. Okay. B Tuggin, he gives them a D-. So right above an F. Jazz Johnson says, I think he game plan around Ridley and then really was put really was put no adjustments. And I definitely understand that, but what we got to remember, Coach Jazz, it's like whenever you have practices, that's one of the main reasons why coaches tell players not to talk at practice. Don't play around at practice, because if somebody is out, right? If somebody's not playing, you might have to step into that role. Everybody needs to know what everybody else is doing, right? So with that being the case, it's like we can't be in one of those situations where we're making excuses. At the end of the day, they're professional players. Because think about it, this happens all the time with high school football and with college football. Players end up being out at the beginning of the game, right before the game happens, and even during the game. But we still have to make sure that we show up and do our job. These college and high school kids, they ain't getting paid. Well, you know what? Bryce Young getting paid millions. But a lot of people ain't getting paid millions of dollars. So it's like, I understand Calvin Ridley was slated to play, and he ended up not playing, but I be doggone, Bo. Like, we got to figure something out, Coach. You got to make sure everybody needs to do what they need to do. Because if Calvin Ridley doesn't play, it should be next man up. Next guy should know what he needs to do. Speed Falcons for Life says, I give the coaches a C. Okay. Little Black Falcon said D-. Lowski. What's going on, Lowski? Lowski says a D. Dre says when his hand was pouring blood, they should have called a timeout and got his hand taken care of, though. Point blank, period. Yeah. Things like that could affect the game. Every play affects the game. If you don't believe me, ask all the Saints fans in here how quick that game turned around, because everybody thought Tom Brady and the Buccaneers were just going to magically win. And I be doggone PJ Williams in one play shut the door on that game. I forgot what exactly my homeboy Big Q said, but he told them they need to walk off the field with their head down. ATSK man says F-. What in the world? Jazz Johnson says a C. Agent Green says D-. What's going on, Padre? Much love to you, man. William Amy said horrible, man. Hey, man, it's tough. It's tough, man. But yeah. So it's definitely one of those situations. Little Black Falcon says we need to take care. We need to take as many Bulldogs as we can as we can get on defense. Hey, Jordan Davis would have made a huge difference in this game. B. Tucker said Camaro Patterson. Camaro Patterson. Coach Dre says, Molly Mall, I know, right? Yes, it did. That didn't make no dang on sense whatsoever. Now, wait a minute. Dirty Bird 08, he says, I'm about mental health, but Ridley looks like he's pulling an oil slick move. And F, defense always softer than Velveeta cheese, and offense execution and aggression was lackluster. And look, I'm about mental health as well. People don't understand when mental emergencies happen, like you have to make sure everything is taken care of. Right now, with that being said, it's like I can't say what Calvin Ridley's situation is. I'm just hoping the best for him, and whatever he's going through, I'm hoping that he works that out. Because at the end of the day, football is a sport, it's a game. And like I said earlier, you can make millions of dollars doing it, but I definitely want to make sure that he's okay first, because mental health is very, very important. Game Tester says 2-4 Braves on top. Yes, it needs to stay like that. I hate the fact that the Houston Astros got 2 on us. But we need to just keep applying pressure. Keep applying pressure. So let me see here. William Amy says Panthers yelling out, "Go Panthers," and that's sad. And they state, man, hey man, it was rough. It was rough. Every time I go to the game, we lose. But we could doggone go to London, go to Miami, and everywhere else and win a game. What in the world? Ian Miles says D. What's up, fam? Coach Low. Are you and Coach Ronan? Are y'all going to freestyle rap the live stream at the Braves win night? Look, I spit something. I spit a little something for you. Oh man. Well, Amy says all 3 phases D-. Man, it's rough, Bo. It's rough. Game Tester says Z-. What in the world? That's rough right there. And James Williams says F. Look, man, it's rough. It's rough. The kid said we play better on the road, and you know that's sad because whenever I be at these home games, I was telling Coach Roney, I said, look, we need to try to go to an away game this year. But the thing is that whenever I go to the home games, doggone it feels like an away game. What in the world? Because everybody there representing. They chanting loud. They chanting just as loud as us. Look, y'all make sure that you hit that like button. If you need something to like today and you want to put your energy towards somewhere where hopefully the Braves could go ahead and win a World Series tonight on Halloween 2021, make sure that you hit that like button. Also, if this is your first time chilling out with Old Country Boy, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I definitely appreciate it. If you hit that subscribe button, I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Now, a disgruntled Panthers fan came in here. He says that Falcons pass rush made our sorry O-line look elite. Now, we did a show with Dave and Rashad from Panthers Nation Podcast. I don't know if y'all had a chance to check it out. Now, and some people, they were getting upset with me because they said that, man, it's almost like y'all are just arguing, trying to determine whose team is worse. And I was telling them, I said, look, guys, I understand y'all had a bad week last week, right? You're going to try to make up for that. Sam Darnold he's hearing all of this chatter with people saying that he's not the guy. So y'all finna show up and show out this week. I understand we've been playing well these last couple of weeks, but we played the Dolphins and we played the Jets. And we played the Dolphins after a bye week. We had a little bit of extra time to prepare for them. So that being said, don't be expecting us to come out and look the same way that we did against the Jets, where we almost blew that lead. Against the Dolphins, where we had to kick a last-second field goal to win that game. I'm just being honest. Y'all know me. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing for you. I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. I can sit up here and tell y'all that, look, it's all roses and pillows and sunshine and rainbows. I can tell you that, but I'll be lying to you. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. I ain't finna have this blind allegiance to, continue talking about how Arthur Smith is a genius. Keep talking about how Matt Ryan is the best thing since butter on biscuits. I can't do it. I'm not going to do that, coaches. We got to make sure that we stay completely transparent. And with that being said, it's one of those situations where in this case, our coaches let us down. In this case, Matt Ryan didn't have a good game. And look, we ain't finna sit here and go through the ifs. He couldn't step up on that interception. He couldn't step into that throw. And, that's what caused them. We can't keep making excuses for everybody. If you want to make excuses for somebody, make excuses for yourself. I'm just saying, if there's anybody in the world to make excuses for, make excuses for yourself. Don't keep making excuses for Matt Ryan. Don't keep making excuses for Arthur Smith and Dean Pease. Somebody said, Coach, I understand what you're saying, but Dean Pease, he always adjusts. Yeah, we always give up a score on the first drive of the game. That's not good. That shouldn't be the expectation. Oh, I'm going to let you have that one. No, I want to set you out. As a defensive coordinator, I want to set you out. I don't want you scoring on the first drive of the game. That means that you came in here planning better than I did. You see what I'm saying? Coach Padre, he says, Arthur Smith to turn the camera off on me. Oh man, this guy's talking too much trash. Turn it off. Oh man. Coach Water says, Coach Big Low, yes, Matt Ryan had a bad game. Yes, he did. He did. And we're not going to sit here and say, oh, well, it's because this happened or it's because that happened. Like, no, Matt Ryan made the decisions himself to attempt the passes that he attempted, and those decisions that he made caused interceptions. Simple and plain. Mike Davis, he had a bad game today. Mike Davis should have had a whole bunch more yards than he had because he had some running lanes. He had some lanes where he cut back. One thing that we got to acknowledge, Mike Davis is too slow. Everybody trying to say, oh man, Mike Davis, he's one of those guys, he could be a starting running back in the NFL. Like, no, Mike Davis is too slow. Mike Davis, he should still be running right now. And I've seen the last 3 games that we played in, Mike Davis should be gone. He should still be running right now. But he's not fast enough. He's not fast enough. B. Tucker said Mike Davis got no happy feet. Oh man. Well, Amy says, are we going to the playoffs this year? Well, I'm going to put that out to the coaching staff. And while I put that out to the coaching staff, y'all let me know what the score is for the Braves game. But well, he said, are we going to go to the playoffs this year? Y'all let me know. If you think we're going to go to the playoffs, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all think that it's one of those situations where we're not going to make the playoffs, put a 2 in the chat. And I want y'all to be honest. I legitimately want to know what you think. If you think we can make the playoffs, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't feel like that's the case, put a 2. Put a 2 in the chat. Wait a minute. Hold on. Jermaine Walton says, Taraji P. Sharp. Well, y'all are crazy, man. I don't know what to say about y'all. Wow, really? Okay. Good one, Coach. Good one. What's going on, Jason? What's going on, Cartier? Much love to you, man. Now the kid says, what do you think we're going to do before the trade deadline? I mean, just looking at everybody and the way that everybody's playing, like who can you legitimately trade if you think about it? Is somebody going to take Mike Davis? If they take him, like, what are they going to give you for him? Like a 6th, 7th round pick at best? Like, there's really nothing that you could get in this situation. But I mean, yeah, the only thing you could get, you might be able to get somebody for Deion Jones. And I mean, Deion Jones, he gets caught up in the trash on these running plays, especially these inside running plays. And it got exposed. It got exposed today. Let me see what everybody's saying. All right, appreciate that update, Jason. So it's still 4-2 Braves. All right, so let me see what everybody's saying. Antonio Holloway, he thinks that we're still going to make it to the playoffs. Okay. Mama Mouse says, I heard Coach Roney laughing at the game. Okay. Wait a minute. We got the first one of the night. Hold up. David Willis with the $4.99 Superman chat. David Willis says we had 0 hard players, no one who punches people or responds to being punched. Matt being stepped on should have gotten a penalty and retaliated. As a coach, I'm not saying nothing. Somebody stepped on my. I didn't see it happen, but from what people are saying, people are like, "Oh yeah, like it was done intentionally." I'm slapping somebody. I'm not punching because I'm not hurting my head. I'm not hurting my knuckles. Y'all, all my football players, y'all know I'm slapping with this part of my hand right here. I'm slapping something, slapping some helmets. But I don't know what happened. Look, David, Great point. And I appreciate that. That's that. Da-da-da. That was a Superman chat. First one of the night. See, that's the first one of the night. I got to do it twice. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Oh, man. Let me see here. Also, let me see what everybody else, where everybody else voted is. Jerron Wade, he said 2. He says he don't think we can go to the playoffs. Lowski said playoffs. Playoffs? There's a head nod to the playoffs. B. Tucker said 1.5. Jerron says 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Shaking my head. Coach Rody says 2. King Bell says 2. ATL Skate Man says 2. Nathan, he's indifferent. He just says 3. Dick says 2. Jalene Feimster, he gave us the score 2 for us, top of the third. Okay, perfect. The kid, he says the rest of our games are winnable except for 2. Cartier said, who is Sharp? So Sharp, he's talking about Tajay Sharp, but someone called him Taraji P. Sharp. Like, y'all are just, what in the world? Little Black Falcon says, playoffs? Are you kidding me? We're trying to win a game. Oh, man. Y'all are crazy. Will Amy says he says no. He says 2. He says 8 and 10. I don't know what to tell you. Jerron says we'll be lucky to go 7 and 10. Stop having the mindset of a Cowboy fan. Oh man, B Tucker said what? Oh, B Tucker said water break low. Hey, I need something. I'm running low. I appreciate that, Bo. Thank you so much. I'm getting parched over here. Look, I do want to let everybody in here knowing whether you're watching with us now or you watching later. But I tell everybody all the time, what's in my cup is in my cup. It might be water, it might be moonshine, but if you see me smiling, that just means I'm happy to see you. Coach Ronnie, hold on before you get this cup. Let me finish this. Let me go ahead and kill it. Go ahead and take it on out there. That's just enough to wet the whistle. Appreciate it, man. All right. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, B. Tucker. That's that. Dun-dun-dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh, man. Y'all are crazy. Stone Decatur said we need Frank's packages. Oh, there was Frank's packages out there. Y'all didn't see Felipe Franks lined up in the tight end position and in the slot running corner routes? Y'all telling me that you didn't see that? Yeah, they were Phil Frank's routes out there. They got a kid playing like he's a tight end, playing like a slot wide receiver. I'm sitting here like, come on, coach. Come on. So you telling me we're not even throwing the ball over the top of the field? You running Felipe Franks out in 7 routes and in 9 routes. Like, this is what we really doing, coach? What in the world? Come on, man. Jazz Johnson said, what do you think we do at wide receiver position now? Where is Darby? Jazz, there are so many positions that we need to fill. It's ridiculous. I'm assuming that next year in free agency, we're going to sign a veteran wide receiver to a 1-year deal. Somebody like a Brandon Cooks or somebody like that. Well, like I said, we need a defensive tackle that runs that 3-4 scheme for us, right? We also need a legitimate running back, man. It's like I was saying before the season started, the only way that this whole Mike Davis project will work is if we had a scat back, if we had a scat back to go with him. Now, look, Cordero Patterson, he has been great for us, and that's the only reason why this offense is doing what it's doing. But we're going to need somebody because we don't know if Cordero Patterson is going to come back next year. We don't know that. So, with that being said, it's one of those cases where We need that scat back. Now, the guy who I like, who just does it all, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the bomb on y'all because y'all gonna hear the name of what month is it? It's almost November. Y'all gonna hear the name for the next 5 months. You know what? I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that. I ain't gonna throw that out there. We got a lot of time to talk about it. Jermaine Walton said, "Where's Wayne Gallman?" I don't know, Bo. I don't know. Whenever he gets the ball, I mean, he does pretty well. He's definitely faster than Mike Davis. Now, see, I would give y'all, some of these names of the players that I'm talking about, but I mean, come on, we all know. Let's be honest. There's other content creators who take it and say that it was theirs. Let's be honest. There's other content creators out there who say, "Oh, I want to tell y'all, there's this guy that I've been looking at." So we didn't even go down that road. Oh man. Oh man. So somebody said that the Braves have they went down. Oh, they still up, but it's 3-4 now. Whew, boy, that's tough. That's tough. We need to get these bats popping for the Braves. We need to get these bats popping. B. Tucker says, "What about Marlon Mack from the Colts, Big Low?" I know my homeboy Smitty Sports Machine. He actually mentioned Marlon Mack. He had a video up on his channel. I make sure to try to check out Smitty Sports Machine. But he mentioned Marlon Mack. I don't know if that's a move that they'll be willing to make or not. I know that he's being underused out there in Indianapolis, but Jonathan Taylor has just been playing at a whole nother level. Definitely. FG said, "You see me? Where you see me at, Bo? You should have hollered at me, man. I was out there chilling with Pastor Troy. Hey, Troy, hey, man." You should have hollered at me, man. You should have hollered at me. Will Amy says, "I better put Richie Grant in nickel." Hey, man. It's one of those cases. Ah, man, it's tied. Golly.
Oh no.
Ah, man, it's tied. All right. There's a lot of innings left. We're gonna get these bats popping pretty soon. King Kush the Great, he said there's no energy from this team. King Kush, you kind of missed my rant that I went on a little bit earlier. So I said that today's game, it was one of those situations of Dre Murphy's Law, right? Calvin Ridley announced he wasn't going while we were headed to the stadium. That's whenever I got the alert. I don't know when it came up on TV or when they announced it on TV, but I got the alert while we were headed to the stadium. Like, I could see the stadium. Like, we were just getting ready to try to find a parking space. That's whenever I got the alert. So it must have been like real short time whenever that happened. So I'm just saying, I'm sure that it hurt him that Calvin really wasn't playing. I know that they probably had a game plan for him, and he wasn't able to fulfill his duties. But that being said, like I said before, Arthur Smith is still a head coach in the National Football League, and he should have made sure that his guys were prepared. We can't keep using it. We can't keep making excuses for people, guys. It's like that whole "do your job" mantra up there in New England. I know y'all don't want to hear me say this because we don't like New England, but there's something to it. It's not just, hey, okay, I'm blocking the way that I'm supposed to block. I'm blocking the way that no. Do your job is you do what your job is, and if the circumstances change, guess what? You're going to have another job. So your job may be something different than it was last week, right? So that whole "do your job" mantra, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. And if it was the case that the offense was stifled because Calvin Ridley didn't play, why didn't we make those adjustments? We can't keep making excuses, right? We can't keep making excuses. We can't keep saying, "Oh well." I mean, Matt Ryan, he didn't have time to step up in the pocket. I mean, that's why he threw that interception. Well, look, there's also situations because we could get technical, right? We could get technical because there were situations where Matt Ryan took sacks where he didn't acknowledge that there was a blitz coming off the edge. He didn't see how the defense shifted and this guy was coming down. He didn't call that blitz out. So like we can't keep sitting here and saying, well, they're just getting so much pressure on Matt Ryan. Like, you know, what do you expect him to do? Some of these issues that come upon Matt Ryan are Matt Ryan's fault. And y'all know if it's somebody's fault, I'm gonna call it out. I'm not gonna sit up here and continue to make excuses for anybody. Because guess what? Whenever I go to work tomorrow, ain't nobody finna make no excuses for me. they ain't gonna be like, man, Big Low's numbers, they're just not looking the way that they're supposed to look. But you know, he's probably just been down because the Falcons have been losing and everything, and you know, all of these personal issues. Like, no, they're not going to do that. So, like, we don't need to keep doing that. You know. Now, as our Georgia boy said, the Gays play today because I didn't hear his name at all. He was out there. He got a good workout in. I seen him run up and down the field a few times. He ain't really play. I mean, I'm sure he got a good sweat. He got a good lather. You know, he can go take a shower. He ain't gonna be hurting tomorrow. I'll put it to you like that right there. But yeah, he was playing. He suited up. I put it to you like this right here. He ain't gonna be, and for everybody who's played football on like the artificial turf, he ain't gonna be washing no black specks out of his ears and stuff. Like, I mean, he ain't gonna be rinsing no rubber pellets off because he wasn't on the ground that much. Like he didn't get targeted that much, and we can't put that on him. You know, we could put it a lot on the scheme and you know who Matt Ryan did decide to throw to, and just things like that. We could put a lot of it on the defense because the defense couldn't get off the field, which cut down the opportunities for the wide receivers and tight ends to make plays. This is one thing that people forget to realize. People forget to realize this, guys, is that it's a team sport. Your success is contingent on what the team on the other side of the ball does. If you think about it like this right here, think about it like this. With the Kansas City Chiefs, you think there's a reason? Is there a reason why Patrick Mahomes been putting up those numbers all these years? One, because the Kansas City Chiefs, all these years, they've been a boom or a bust kind of defense. Either they finna give up a touchdown or they'll get you a turnover. But they ain't the type to be like, you don't see them holding these up that often. You don't see them holding up the fourth down symbol that often because it's one of those cases. They'll let them score or they'll get a turnover. But just a straight 3 and out, that doesn't happen often with Kansas City Chiefs. So what does that mean? Patrick Mahomes, he has a unique set of skills and a unique set of talent beside him. It gives him more opportunities to run up and down the field and accumulate more points and more stats, right? And today, we were on the opposite side of the spectrum because, and for everybody who keeps saying, well, wait, Big Low, it was one of those cases where we only allowed them to score one touchdown. I don't care. They had the ball for 40 minutes. We couldn't get them off the field on third down. They still scored 19 points. They scored 19. We scored 13. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Oh man. William Amy, he says, you talking about people playing for paychecks. He says, no players or talking on the sideline or nothing. People are playing for paychecks. That's all. That's it. People just playing for paychecks. That's it. They showing up, going through the motions and everything, and trying to get this next check. I knew I had an issue with Calvin Ridley like 2 years ago. Whenever he was like on his quest to get 1,000 yards, it didn't sound like he was on his quest to get 1,000 yards to help the team. It sounded like he was on his quest to get 1,000 yards because he knew that was going to help him a lot financially. I'm just putting it out there. 2-3 years ago, he kept saying, "Man, yeah, I just got injured, and I just really want to be at that point where I could be 1,000-yard wide receiver." I'm sitting here like, so y'all cool with this? Like, y'all fine with this? Look, if you like it, I love it. Well, he ain't said, but they just, they're doing their job. They're doing their job. Dave Willis says, probably because they're mad about the favoritism Calvin Ridley is getting. What y'all talking about in here? Dre Murphy says, I could have went out there and deal with Russell a lot of days the kids did today, though. Oh, man. Hey, look, man. At the end of the day, it's still a very violent, very physical game. And I know that I'm picking on Russell Gage saying he ain't really do too much, but look, you still got to go out there and block. You got to be able to go out there and run really fast and, get in front of people. Like, he didn't just go out there and do nothing. B. Tucker says 5-4 Braves. Oh, man, boy, y'all are. Boy, y'all stressing me out, Bo. You stressing me out. Okay, Freddie Free. Freddie Free just homer, Coach Ronnie. Freddie Free just homer. Okay. All right, I can drink to that. Definitely. All right, Coach Ronnie. But yeah, man. So I'm just saying, it's just one of those things where we just need to make sure that as a fan base, we don't make excuses for nobody. Because throughout life, ain't nobody making no excuses for us. I wish they would. Ain't nobody making no excuses for us. Coach Dre Murphy says, Coach Lowe, what was that speedy running back that we had and we could in Tennessee? Picked them up. We should have kept them. I tried to tell you, look, what in the world, Bo? Talk about Javion Hawkins. Yes, we should have kept him. I wanted. Well, y'all know who I wanted. I don't got to keep going down that train. Yeah, I said that at the game. If we had Javion Hawkins, he would have still been running right now. We would have been waiting on him to get to the end zone. But what's going on, Coach Tony Wright? Hope you're doing good tonight, man. I'm just on here venting after getting that loss, taking that Atlanta Falcons loss. Well, oh man, what in the world? Hold on, Bob. What in the world? Jermaine with a $5. Dun. That's a Superman tag. Much love to you, man. Hey, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that, fam. I really appreciate that. I don't see a comment on there. I guess you just want to show us some love. Or if that is the case, I definitely appreciate that. Tony Wright says, I'm having a drink too, Lo. I'm drinking Mike's Hard cranberry lemonade. Oh, man. I like the Mike's Hard. Yeah, you can't beat that, Bo. That's a good Sunday night drink. Good Sunday night drink. Little Black Falcon says, rise up and support the Braves. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because we were doing the tomahawk chop halfway through the fourth quarter. Oh, man. Y'all are crazy. William Amos says, got to get a win next week. I'm trusting my offense. Yeah, man. Yeah. We can trust the offense. As long as we got Matt Ryan, you got a chance. Me and Coach Ronnie, we talk about this all the time. That period after Michael Vick left, whenever you went to the game or you watched the game on TV, you knew that you probably wasn't gonna win, right? Like it was unless something drastic happened, unless you got a kick return for a touchdown and a pick six all in the same game, you'd be like, we probably ain't gonna win this one. But moving forward, it's like now we got Matt Ryan. Every time he laces it up, you got a chance to win. You got a chance to win. Definitely. Also, y'all make sure that you hit that like button. If you hadn't had a chance to hit it yet, make sure that you do a country boy a favor and hit that like button. I would definitely appreciate it. If you're upset that the Falcons lost, or if you're hoping that the Braves get a win, make sure that you hit that like button. We're trying to win the World Series tonight. Also, if this is your first time chilling out with us, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we are a few subs away from 1,700. We're 4 subs away from 1,700. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I'm not mistaken, I believe we are subs away from 1,700. What in the world? I was still talking to me. But yeah, make sure that you subscribe if you hadn't subscribed yet, because we're a few subs away from 1,700 subscribers. Definitely. FG said the bird's nest be lit in the stadium. We sit right beside it, so we be over there having a good time, man. We be over there having a good time. I just like to sit there and people watch. I be. Oh man, what's going on, James? James says Big Low. He says up in Merlin, rooting for the Braves. Okay. Hoping that we go ahead and close this thing out and win this World Series. It still feels funny saying. Hoping that we close this thing out and win this World Series. Slick says we might win 2 more. So we might win 2 more games. Oh man! Now, Coach Tony Wright said CBS Sports report that this game today was the most that Matt Ryan has been pressured since a game in 2016. Wow, that is crazy. The most that he's been pressured in 5 years. Tony Wright says Carolina's offensive line is trash, and yet they ran for over 170 yards as a team. And you know why that's the case. I don't know if you heard me talking about this earlier, Tony Wright, but the first blame that we have in this particular case is Thomas Dimitroff. Thomas Dimitrov's drafts over the years have kind of left us stuck holding the bag, right? Because we want a situation where we could have a defense. Coach Ronan, she was talking to me during the game. She was like, you remember when we had a defense that could stop people? You remember when we had a defense that, whenever it was third and 9, we were confident that there was a chance we could get off the field. Like, that's just not the case anymore. It's 3rd and 9. Sam Darnold runs for 17 yards. What in the world? And then it's like, and he's stopping then. It's like, if he didn't stop and slide, he could have went for 26. So I don't know. Jamal, he said he's just rooting for a high draft pick. Oh man, now D.A. Hunter, he says, seems like the Falcons can only win on the road. We'll beat the Saints next week. Exactly. Whenever I go to the game at home every week, I'll be like, oh, yeah, man, what do Falcons do? And get all excited, F-A-L-C-R. Okay, all right, yeah. Then whenever there's 4 zeros at the clock at the end of the 4th quarter, we sit there like, what in the world? So then I'm making a video venting to y'all like, man, I can't believe this. These old sorry sacks are sorry and this such and such. But but then they go to London, they go to a whole other country. They can win then. Oh man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah. We definitely got to beat the Saints, man. We definitely got to beat. If we want to keep, just keep in contention, we got to beat them Saints, man. We got to. Jazz says, I want Ridley to get the help that he needs, but we're paying him to take time away. I'm asking because y'all know we got money issues and pension pennies around here. I'm not sure like how that's affecting the money situation. I don't know if it's one of those cases, Coach Jazz, where like if he just sits out due to his mental issues, if that's considered like an injury, like if that's an injury designation for mental health, I'm not sure, but moving forward, they're definitely going to have to make some decisions. Definitely. ATL Youngboy says it's always draft season midway through the season. Oh man. David Wheeler says Jordan Davis has poor hand discipline and he will need to get more consistent with his hand use to pan out in the league. Yeah. Jordan Davis, he really focuses on his strength. He focuses on his strength and size. And if he gets with the right coach in the NFL, he'll take his game to a whole nother level. But it's all about that hand discipline. You got to be able to use those violent hands. You got to be able to get the hands where you need to get them to so you can get where you need to get to. Violent hands and violent feet, that's what makes pass rushers and defensive linemen. It's not all about the strength. It's not about that bench press and the curls and all that stuff. The most important lift that you have as a defensive lineman, a lot of people might not realize this, power clean. That's the most important lift that you can have as a defensive lineman, because that power clean, that's all about explosiveness. That's all about how good you get off the line of scrimmage. And whenever that offensive lineman has to catch it, that's when they're in a world of trouble. They're in a world of trouble because we get to them before they get to us, right? That's what it's all about. I'm sorry. Sometimes I go into coaching mode. Sometimes I go into coaching mode. My bad, man. My bad. Let me see here. Coach Wallace, he says, Big Low, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the Saints with the pressure they put on Brady today and Ridley being out. We're just going to have to run like a lot of misdirection and screens, and we're going to have to get up the field. Like we need speed. We need speed on against the Saints. It's not like this rumbling, stumbling, bumbling thing that we got with Mike Davis. Like I could definitely be more than happy to use them for short yardage, but in an open field, I need somebody to get up the field, and Mike Davis is not doing that for me right now. We should have kept Javian Hawkins. Nathan says, I hope Jazzy Jeff real talk sports. Oh yeah, man. Jeff's good. He actually just moved. He moved to Wisconsin. He was living in Chicago. And man, whenever you move and everything, it's just a crazy situation. But yeah, man, old Jazzy Jeff, he good, bro. He good people. He doing all right. He was talking trash on Twitter this afternoon. Jonathan Mann says, what's up? He says, who do you think we should get at wide receiver at trade deadline and edge rush? Got to make some moves. To be honest with you, I'm not sure, Bo. It's like I know that Brandon Ayuk, he's not being used out there in San Francisco, but they said he has some character issues of his own, right? Coach Ronan, she was actually talking about how DK Metcalf hadn't been used to the best of his ability. And I'm not saying trade for DK Metcalf, but Tyler Lockett, he's a heck of a wide receiver. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he got broke off for a big contract this offseason or the offseason before that. So we probably wouldn't be able to afford him either. As far as the pass rushers, I don't know, Bo. Pass rushers, they hard to come by because all the people who have them, they want to keep them. So it's one of those situations where it's going to be tough to get a good pass rusher in the trade deadline. Coach Wallace says, Coach Lowe, that's not going to stop Jordan Davis from getting drafted in the first round because I'm not saying Jordan Davis is not going to get drafted in the first round. I'm just saying the things that he can work on because like I said, like he got he has the kind of strength and athleticism that you don't really see, for a kid that's 330, 340, running the 4.6 40, and he's not only strong but he's bendy. So teaching hands, that's just an afterthought. But he has to have those hands in the NFL. If he has those hands, he could be a Hall of Fame player. Hall of Fame player, easy. There's not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt in my mind. William Amy says, this team can't win for 60 minutes. Oh, man, it's tough, bro. It's tough. It is tough. It is tough. Now, look, I do need y'all to make sure that y'all do a country boy favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. Also, if you're excited and hoping that the Braves win a World Series tonight, make sure that you hit that like button. And if this is your first time chilling out with us, make sure that you subscribe. We are currently... Oh, what in the world, boy? We at 1702. We at 1,700 subscribers. What in the world? Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate everybody who subscribed, not only today, but in the past, man. This journey has been crazy. I have this off season and this season, I have enjoyed more than any other off season and season ever, because it's like we literally been building the coaching staff, staff member by staff member. Everybody who subscribes is on the coaching staff. And look, man, it's one of those things where I just really enjoyed chopping it up with y'all, man. Definitely. KC 4L Wrestling Take says, well, my guy, I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat. I'm nervous. I'm nervous like a mug about this league right now. Hey, man, it's tough. It's tough. I'm at the best place where I could be at, chopping it up with the coaching staff, because that's what kind of takes my stress away. Definitely. Cartier said Patterson still, man. Patterson just that dude, bro. He just that dude. It's tough. It's tough. Coach Waller says, because I don't know too many teams that's going to pass on a 6'5", 350-pound boy like that can move. Yeah, they ain't finna pass on that, man. They ain't finna pass on him. 6'5", 350. Like I said, the kid is so big, he makes the 99 on his jersey look small. Like it looks like it's this big when everybody else's are from here. It's like it looks like it's this big on his jersey. It's like give that boy three numbers. Go ahead and make him number 112. Oh man. Eric Dennis says Darby needs to start playing. We need some playmakers. We need some playmakers, because this, in the words of Mama Country, this ain't gonna work. We need somebody to get up field. We need some explosive plays, man. Definitely. Little Black Falcon said, hey, there's a lot of hoping going on. Hey, bro, there's a lot of hoping and wishing and praying going on in here. Oh, man, y'all are crazy, man. Anthony Wright says, sup, Coach Lowe? That grand slam was awesome. Just like the pick six on Brady. Oh, man. Hey, congratulations on y'all win, Coach Anthony. Congratulations, man. I definitely got to give y'all your props. I was listening to Big Q whenever it happened, and he was going crazy. Y'all make sure that y'all take my homeboy Big Q out if you want intel on the Saints for future reference. Make sure you check out the Sports Coma. The Big Q, definitely, man. But I tell you what, I'm finna go ahead and see if I can watch some of this game and actually pay attention to what's going on and get ready for work tomorrow, because I gotta clock back in tomorrow, bro. Old dog can't take off. I wish I could. If I could, I would, but I can't, so I ain't. Yeah, but unfortunately, we took this loss today. But we got the Saints, and hopefully that rivalry renewing. It's going to be one of those cases where hopefully it could spark a fire. It could light a fire under some under these players, because we need a little bit more intensity. We need some more effort, and I need my coaching staff to coach us up a little bit better. But in the meantime, I do need y'all to be safe, and please, man, don't do nothing that I would do. Y'all be safe, bro. Y'all be safe. And we'll holler at y'all soon. Y'all take care. On to the next one. On to New Orleans. Hate Week 1.0. You already know, man. Y'all take care, fam.